So, at Newfield, so much of what we do is a cultivation practice. It's a practice in awareness training, in really looking at how we look, as has been mentioned before, noticing how we notice, becoming familiar with the lenses that shape the observer that we are, and thereby how we engage and act in the world. And so, often, as Alexander was mentioning, we tend to repeat or push or do more or add more effort, especially for those of us that live in the West. There is a shared cultural narrative around really like doing more and giving it your all and 110%. And that can be great. It has its benefits and it also has its limitations. And often what we notice is there can be a sense of tiredness or fatigue or collapse with when we're doing something 110%. And we may not be producing, right, the world that we want to co-create. We may not be generating the relationships that we deeply care about. And so what I'd like to offer is a practice for those of you that would like to engage in looking at our orientation and the lenses through which we generate certain places of stuckness in life. So I'm going to invite you to just settle into your seat, get cozy. You can close your eyes if that's helpful. You're also welcome to just have a soft gaze if that's your preference, whichever is best for you today. And just allow yourself to take a breath. Let yourself become present, being here in this moment. And take a moment to connect with a challenge in life, a place where you perceive there to be inertia or an impasse. Perhaps a particular breakdown. Where are you feeling stuck in life? And once you've summoned that to your mind's eye, you can envision that, connect with it, experience it. Just take a look. What are the actions that you're currently doing to shift this challenge or this friction, this breakdown? What are you doing about it in hopes to resolve it? And as you notice the actions that you have been taking, what do you become aware of? And now I'm going to take a moment to reflect and to notice your own observer. So take a moment to notice what are the internal narratives that are currently shaping or perhaps even sustaining this breakdown. What are the internal narratives that are shaping this stuckness? What are the stories, the narratives? And then when you're ready, you can take another breath. And now notice the body. What body is showing up that is anchoring or perhaps even fueling this breakdown or this challenge for you? You can notice taking on a certain stance, a particular posture. You can notice gestures and even sensations. Just being in contact with your own soma, your body. And from here, you can take another breath. And now bring your awareness and your attention to your emotional landscape. What emotions are moving through you that reinforce or that crystallize or solidify this challenge? Simply observing what emotions are solidifying this challenge. And now that you've reflected a bit on the inner narrative, on the somatic stance, on the emotional landscape, what are you noticing? And what are you learning? Now I'm going to invite you to connect with your wholeness. Connect with your wholeness, with the depth of who you are, with your own inner wisdom, that deepest place within. And as you connect with that wholeness, notice what inner dialogue would soften, perhaps even dismantle the challenge. Checking in with your wholeness, what inner dialogue would soften, perhaps even dismantle the stuckness? And what body would loosen or liberate this place of friction or tension? Just checking in with your body and your soma. And then taking a moment to connect with what emotion would alter or liberate the breakdown or the challenge. What emotion would alter this point of friction, this impasse? And now taking a moment to reflect, to check in deeply and inquire, is there a practice that would support this new orientation, this new embodiment, or new way of engaging with the challenge or the breakdown? Is there a practice that would support you in embodying the wisdom from your own wholeness? And if you envision yourself engaging in this new way of showing up, what new results and realities could arise? What new possibilities could spring forth from here? So when you're ready, you can take a breath. You can open your eyes if they were closed. And I'll just give you a moment to write down or capture anything that you want to. journal about in terms of your experience, if that would serve you. Just take a little moment to be quiet and to write.